that there are a couple things in your bulletin this morning. There's a yellow insert, and it's your way of telling us you're here, just in case I didn't see you. I will know that you were here. Fill it out, if you will, and place it in the offering plate. The offering plate comes by, and we'll know for sure that you were here. If you're a guest this morning, thank you for coming. And we hope that you will feel right at home. There's a little green envelope that says, "Help us make VBS happen every year." It helps to sort of build up our VBS Vacation Bible School Reserve. And so if you have an opportunity to say thanks, take that opportunity by using the green envelope and sharing a little bit this morning. Also, there's a backpack over here. And it's a reminder that today we blessed all these boxes. We're also collecting backpacks for next Sunday. And the word is we need a lot more backpacks and a lot more supplies. So bring them in by Friday. There's a big orange tub in the resource room. Or just come in and run up and down the hall and say, "I have backpacks and supplies," and we'll take them. So we need a lot more. We're going to bless them next Sunday. If you have a backpack or something like a backpack that you use, bring it, and we're going to bless it as well. So looking forward to that. Also, on August 21st, August 21st is Rally Day. We have one service at 10, and we also will have Rally Day activities right after that. So be thinking ahead to one service at 10 o'clock and Rally Day activities in Westside Park right after. Listen to these words from Luke's account of the Gospel, the 12th chapter, beginning with the 13th verse. Someone in the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the family inheritance with me." But he said to him, "Friend, who set me to be a judge or arbitrator over you?" And he said to them, "Take care, be on your guard against all kinds of greed, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions." Then he told them a parable. The land of the rich man produced abundantly. And he thought to himself, "What should I do? For I have no place to store my crops." Then he said, "I'll do this. I'll pull down my barns and build larger ones. And there I will store all my grain and my goods. And I will say to my soul, 'Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, be merry.' But God said to him, 'You fool, this very night your life is being demanded of you. And the things you've prepared, whose will they be?' So it is with those who store up treasures for themselves, but are not rich toward God." May God bless the reading and the hearing of the word. So what do you want for Christmas? Have you thought about it yet? It's Christmas in July, Christmas in December. I know it's a little earlier. Maybe it's a little late. But what do you want for Christmas? All our carols and our cookies and our bells are a good opportunity to begin to think about what it is that we want for Christmas. I had a grandmother that taught me, instead of saying, "I want," she said, "you need to say, 'I would like to have.'" I would like to have. So I began to say, I would like, I don't really ask for anything for Christmas anymore, but I still use the line in a restaurant when I'm ordering. I say, I would like. It's more polite. Yeah. It occurs to me now and then that I'm still saying, I want. What do you want for Christmas? Maybe as time marches on and your childhood yearnings slip away and no longer dream of packages and bows and what you'll find inside. The question turns a little more succinctly to, what do you want? What do you want? Bigger house? More money? Nicer car? Fancier vacation? Larger retirement account? Latest gadget? Jesus dares to assert today that one's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions. And that is precisely the opposite of what our culture is telling us over and over and over again. It says more equals better equals happier. More is better, is happier. Your life is measured by the abundance of possessions. I believe that. I might believe it right now. It's a culture driven by wanting to get what we don't already have. And by the way, take care, be on your guard against greed of all kinds. One's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions. Isn't exactly what you and I want to hear on Christmas. I know, even though it is Christmas in July. Christmas is a great time to begin to give yourself permission to want and to buy a little more and a little more and to consume just a little bit more. But this is the text the lectionary offers us today. This is the Bible we're meant to hear today, even if in fairness we have to acknowledge the fact that the folks who prescribed the text for the 11th Sunday after Pentecost didn't have any idea that we here at First United Methodist Church in Champaign would be celebrating Christmas in July. Teacher, tell my brother to divide the family inheritance with me. What's this guy want for Christmas? Well, he just wants what's coming to him. That's all he wants. It's like the parable of the prodigal son, only this is a real person. Older son, younger son. By law, the older son received 2/3 of the father's estate, and the younger son received 1/3. And so it appears, at least, as though this is a younger son whose older brother won't let loose. He won't give him his 1/3. And so he's asking Jesus to do the right thing and to tell the brother to do the right thing and to give him what he has coming to him. It's only fair. But Jesus says, as politeness dictates, that it's not his job to settle these kinds of disputes. He's not going to get involved. I don't blame you, by the way. Have you ever gotten involved in somebody else's family fight or who had what coming to them? If you have, I bet you wish you hadn't. Instead, Jesus issues a warning against greed and a definition of what life is not. And he tells a story. He tells a story to a man who only wants what's coming to him, who only wants what's fair. He tells it to a crowd of bystanders, and he tells it to you, and he tells it to me, and he tells it to us while we're celebrating Christmas in July. There was a man, Jesus says, who got everything he wanted. He got it all. You want what's coming to you? He seems to say, well, here's a story about a guy whose every wish came true. He's an ordinary farmer with an ordinary life whose fields produce a bumper crop, and so he's worked hard. He's put in long hours, and he's studied crop science. He's given it his all, and the stars have all aligned just so, and everything has turned out his way. Beautiful, just the way we dreamed. And it's all fair. You've got to understand it's all fair. We can't kid ourselves. He didn't cheat anybody to get all this. He didn't steal to make this happen. He didn't mistreat anybody to make this happen. It's all fair and square. Just like virtually all of us, when the paycheck comes, it's fair. We earned it. Or if by some stroke of luck we get a windfall, it's fair. He's just like the man who cannot get his brother to give him his third of their father's inheritance and wants Jesus to care like Jesus should care. This is all fair. Every detail is fair. And you and I might be good at taking our jabs at people who want what they don't have, or who want what isn't theirs, or who get what they get at somebody else's expense. But the man who approaches Jesus and the man in Jesus' story aren't like that. They only want what's theirs. They only want what they have coming. So Jesus says that the man with the bumper crop has a dilemma. He has a problem. It's a good problem. It's a good problem. He's got so much grain, he doesn't know what to do with all of it, and so he decides what he's going to do. He decides he's going to build a wall. In fact, he's going to build 4 walls and call it a barn. And when that barn gets filled up, he's going to build another one, and then another one, and then another one, and a bigger and a bigger and a bigger one. He's smart. I'm not going to lie, he's smart. He's a good farmer, a shrewd businessman, maybe even a builder. He might even save himself some money and build those bigger barns himself. And then he'll relax for the rest of his life, because guess what? He has everything he needs. He's got it all. This parable doesn't have the American way written all over it. I don't know what does. All this man wants is the right to earn all he can and to protect what is his. But Jesus says he's a fool. In fact, it's God who says it. This is the only instance in any of Jesus' parables where God shows up as God and not in disguise. God said. And God calls this guy a fool. Right to his face. You fool. You fool. This very night that life is being demanded of you, which means he's going to die, which doesn't go well with Christmas. I realize death and Christmas don't go together very well. But remember, the lectionary framers don't know we're having Christmas in July today. So we've got Christmas and death. You fool, you're going to die. And however much you and I do or do not want God to inflict punishment on this hard-working man who took very good care of what he had, so that nothing would happen to it, there's no punishment in this story. He doesn't get thrown into hell or the outer darkness or any place where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. No, it's just that he goes and he leaves this life for the next life, and he has far, far more to leave here than he has to take with him. As Daniel Schultz has said, he's been caught with a full silo and an empty heart. After all, you notice his speech is littered with I and me and mine. He thinks to himself, and he talks to himself, and he says to himself, I know what I'll do with my things. I'll build, and then I'll build, and then I'll store, and then I'll save, and then I'll save. There's no talk of you, or us, or them, or we. There's no thought of anybody else, no mention of God, none. No gratitude for anything is a gift beyond whatever he might have earned. You fool, this night, this very night, your life is being demanded of you, and the things that you've prepared, well, whose will they be? Well, not his, I presume. And not mine. Not mine where it comes to whatever it is that I'm able to stockpile between now and the time I go. Not mine. It's the opposite of most every message He dies with the most toys, but he doesn't win. Now, by every standard you and I have been taught by this world, he appears to have won, but he hasn't won. You fool. So you come to church on Sunday, you hope for something, right? What do you want? What do you want? You want something, and we tell you things like, give your money away. And then after you've given your money away, why don't you start giving a little bit more money away? We say things like that. And then we say, store up some treasure in heaven. And we tell you to love your neighbor. And we tell you to forgive your enemy. And to stop being so suspicious of people whose barns aren't as full as yours are. And we do it because we don't want you to die with a full silo and an empty heart. We don't do it as a threat.